Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, señoras y caballeros. And I present the Neumann sisters. Here they are, KMS 105, 104, 104 plus. You may be wondering what the difference is. I certainly was. So if you're sitting comfortably, I'll begin. Firstly with what the manufacturer has to say. It says that the 104, 104 plus and 105 have been optimally developed to transmit the human voice with respect to the demanding conditions on stage. They're tough stage condensers. The 104 plus features, compared to the 104, a more extended bass frequency response. It says they've worked with professional musicians and it's been optimized for the requirements of female voices in the rock and pop field. Another factor here, it says, since vocal microphones are typically addressed at close range, for the bass frequency response of the microphone's electronic compensation is used for the proximity effect in the respective capsules. In addition, the microphone has an invariable built-in high-pass filter with a cutoff frequency of 120 Hz, minus 3 dB. Bear in mind I go down to 55, 56, and so do some others. So it gives us some idea what we might expect. This is a comparison, not a review. I've done a review of the 105, so have a look at that. You'll realize I like it. I call it mascara. It works. It brightens things up. It works well with loads of voices. Ultimately, for me, though it's very usable, it doesn't have the low-end authority. And where it does have its low-end hump, without the supporting stuff underneath, tends to make me a little bit boxy. But I can use it. The 104, this is super cardioid, the 105. The 104 is cardioid, but when we look at the graph, you'll see the high end is slightly different, it's less pronounced. The 104 plus, cardioid, is like the 104. Top end much the same, low end is allowed through rather more. They do say for female singers, so it's again is a little bit high for me, but we'll listen later. Looking at the plot, the graph, which should appear on the screen, I've managed to line up 100K, 1 kilohertz in the middle, but you'll see that it's not exact, the spacing of the two graphs. Thanks to recordinghacks.com, I pinched this from their website, which has the 104 plus and the 104 on the same graph. That's the one at the bottom with the red and the black line. The 105 at the top, then, if we have a look, we can see that at around 14 kilohertz, there's quite, starting from about, I don't know, 8 or so, there's quite a accentuation. I think that's the mascara. That accentuation is sweet in this microphone, so that's why I call it mascara. It pretties things up, or it emphasizes. It doesn't get ragged, so it's very nice. If we look at the other end, you can see it's commendably flat through the middle. Starts to drop off at about 200 Hz. Bring it closer and you get that boosting there, which, as I say, for me is perhaps a little high. Looking then at the 104 and 104 plus, we see at the top end less of a boost than there is in the 105, so we'd expect it to sound, I wouldn't say, a little less enhanced, shall we say, at the top end, a little less mascara there. Very broad, whereas the 105 is quite sharp. This one's got a gentler, broader presence there. Very flat through the middle again. And then if we look, we see again under 200 Hz, it starts dropping off. The red one is the 104. The 105 manages a bit more before it starts to tail off. And if we look at the proximity, the dotted lines, you can see a similar story, but with the boost there. So I think that's about it from just looking. Next, I shall take off the baskets, the grill, because they're a little bit different underneath as well. And I think it's quite interesting, so we'll get to that now. It's showtime, folks. Let's start with the 105, which we've seen before. Very nice thread inside mesh basket. Very fine mesh, and then a kind of grid underneath, hope you can see. And we know that the top is mesh. And another curve of finer mesh through. I think you can just about see through there. I was just going to do the 104, but I noticed there's a slight difference. So here's the 104 between the 4 and the 4 plus. So no inner mesh as on the 105. We have this on the top compared to the 105. There's a rubber mounting there, but then the 105 has this. This won't fit over the black cap that's there. That's 104, 104 plus, very similar. But I notice underneath that black cap, there's a different kind of, here comes the cat, different kind of mesh underneath on the 104 plus. I don't know if that's just sample variation or because this one is newer. The grill of the 104 and the 104 plus identical. They have quite a thick pad of foam, goes down to about there I can feel, and quite thick foam around the edge, whereas the 105 doesn't. So there's some construction differences. I'm just going to try I'm going to do this later. The 105 without it's, because it won't fit. Just see if the screw thread is the same. It is. So when we do the sound tests, we'll see what difference that makes. Here we go. Bear with me. I've matched them up. I'm on the road at the moment. I've matched them up, let them stabilize. I've been on for a few minutes. For the initial tests was the usual pops and S's and breath and so on. I'm just going to use these two. The 105 is black, the 104 is silver, because the 104 plus has got much the same construction up here. When it comes to stuff where the frequency is important, then I'll do all three of them, but for the pops and S's and stuff. So let's get rid of the road. This is the KMS 105. Just getting my ears used to that. The KMS 105. This is the KMS 105. KMS 105, KMS 105, KMS 105, KMS 104, KMS 104, KMS 104. Just going to check the meters. KMS 104, KMS 105. I'm on the 105. Sounded louder, but psychoacoustic or something. But different. How am I going to explain it? I don't know what you hear. It seems to me to have, I can hear the higher end, which we'll look at just now. It seems to have more body. More body. More body. More body. More body. I'm not sure though. More body. It's around there that this one's, the 104 is different. So that probably affects how you hear things lower. KMS 104, KMS 104, KMS 104, KMS 105, KMS 105. I notice already less breath on this one with the mesh. I can hear the foam on the other. KMS 105, KMS 105, KMS 105, KMS 104, KMS 104. Gives me a beer. Gives me a beer. That one has it. You see, that's the thing. That one has the bit down there. But this one emphasizes the more. So it makes the whole note sound different because, as we said before, the note is not just one frequency. There's the fundamental and all the other stuff. So yeah, this is a mascara. All that's up there. All that stuff is a mascara. This one doesn't have so much mascara. It's a bit more solid sounding. It's still got that up there. That's a bit spikier. To my ears. To my ears. To my ears. Let's just go through them. Pops then. 105 coming up. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. I'm on the right one. No. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper being clumsy. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck, actually, of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Not much to choose between them. The wind noise, I think it's the foam. But there's some there as well. I mean, I'm being very, very clumsy, so it's not really an issue at all with these. Well, pops will have even. S's, S's. Susie, Susie, shoeshine girl, sitting in a shoeshine shop. Susie, Susie, shoeshine girl, sitting in a shoeshine shop. Susie, Susie. Susie, Susie. Not much to choose between them. I can hear the higher end in the 105, but it's sweet. Maybe it could, but you could tame that. Not much to choose. A little bit more air, if you like. Breath, we've kind of done. Proximity. Not polarity, I was told off. Polar response. And then handling. Proximity then, I think we're going to have to use all three. Bear in mind that the plus goes lower, but that's the idea. So let's do it. What am I on? I'm on the 105. Here we go then. Getting closer, closer, closer. Can feel that overloading, sorry about that. Maybe moving it away. Getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. Yeah, I can hear that comes in there. If I go, 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 if I go. This is the 104, bringing it in closer, closer, closer. Seems to have a bit more to me, maybe. If I go, very close there, if I go, very close there, 104, very close there, 104. Very close there, 105, very close there, 105. Very close there, 104. Because the rest of the colour's slightly different, it's very difficult to say. So I'm not going to say anything. This is a 104 plus. 104 plus. What shall we compare it to? The 104 is probably most useful. 104 plus. 104 plus. 104 plus. If I go down, yeah, so can you hear what's going on there? If I go down there, 104 plus. If I go down there, 104 plus. If I go down there, 104, so it's paperier. If I go down, as you know, like with the SM58, it's not that it's something wrong with that, it's just because the low frequencies aren't there in that note. I get all that comes through nice and clearly, but the support isn't there, so so it's exactly what they've said, really. What are we on? We're on the 104 going down there, and 104 going down there. 104 plus down there, yes. 104 plus down there. I'm listening to the other parts now. 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 Sounds just a little bit smoother. That might be because of the increased low end, of course, affecting that. So, but they're very, very close in terms of their overall sonic quality. So let's get rid of the plus, which is, so we've got the 104. I'm going to do 104, 105 because we come to polar response. So this is cardioid, and that's supercardioid. So let's see if we can hear a difference. This is on axis, moving it round, 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 moving it round. There's the rejection, moving it round more, moving it round there, moving it round there, and some leakage there. Seems to be a pretty benign frequency. Bringing it back round to the side. We can hear the rejection there at the side. Bring it back round, treble starting to come in. Bring it round back on axis. I can only figure. This is the 105 on axis, 105 coming round to the side, 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 coming round to the side. There we are off axis. We'd expect more rejection here because of the supercardioid. Coming round to the back, coming round to the back, coming round to the back, and we'd expect a bit more leakage there. I think there possibly is. Coming back round to the side, back round to the side, maximum rejection, back round to the front, back round to the front. To my ears, not a huge difference, I don't know, but there seems to be something, no reason to doubt it, that I can see. Handling, may as well do that since we're here. Some 105. $104. Might as well leave them all on. You're going to get some phasing. But we're not listening to that, we're listening to this. $104 plus. Slightly higher frequency, much the same. 104. 105. So I think pretty much the same there. Self-noise, I didn't hear any self-noise at all. So, I hope this has been of some use. How am I going to sum up? This is my summary, not, obviously. The 105 then, the mascara, it does seem to do a little bit of that to everything. Alters the balance a bit with the low notes, depends if you go there. Supercardioid. The 104, oh, one more thing to do, swap the tops. Yes, in a minute. 104, not so brightly lit. I think much the same, very well engineered. 104 plus, much the same as the 104, with a little bit of extra warmth, and I can see what they mean then with female singers, because it doesn't go down that low. It goes low enough for a female voice to warm that up. And those two are both cardioid, the other's supercardioid. I've never found that much of an issue, but I don't do arenas and stuff, so I don't know, maybe it comes into account there. So let's do this live, as it were. And I should have done it earlier, but what am I going to do? Am I going to do it without muting? I think I am. So there's going to be noises. Hopefully they won't be too bad. So let's put these two on. Have I got that one? No. That's that one. And what am I using? The 104 because it's nearest. That's on as well. Okay. So I might have to cut the video because I don't want there to be a long gap between the swapping about because your ears lose it. So I'm going to do it like this, but there might be some editing then. So let's take the tops off. Sorry about that, that's a bit noisy. We won't use that because it's won't fit on the other one. Obviously the loads of P's there. That gives you, is it any different now? Gets rid of some of the P's there. Is it any different now? Is it any, yes it is. Is it any different now? Don't break it. Is it any different now? Is it, could be fooling myself, but up there's even sweeter. I don't know, is that, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear that up there? Can you hear that up there? Can you hear? It's a bit more revealed, as you'd expect. So this is a difficulty with these things. You've got to try and stop the blasts of the breaths and the pops. But anything you put between this and the diaphragm is something between them. Okay, that's that one. $104 with the top removed, and again I think I can hear straight away that there is clear now. 105 with the top removed, 105 with the top removed, 104 with the top removed, 104, it sounds a bit louder, 104 possibly because of the foam. I balanced them up, now it sounds louder but there's not the foam. So the thing to do is on the 104 104 with the 104 grill, 104 with the 104 grill, 104 with the 105 grill, 104 with the 105 grill. Am I fooling myself? 104 with the 104. Almost as soon as I put it on, I can hear kind of. So it's kind of an acoustic chamber. You can hear the washing machine noise changes. 104 with the 104 grill, 104 with the 104 grill, 104 with the 105 grill. There's more of that in there to me. So the other way round, if you can bear with me. Suppose we should just see if this little inner one makes any difference. It's hard to imagine. With the inner sleeve on, 105 with the inner sleeve on, 105 with the inner sleeve on, 105 with the inner sleeve off, 105, I don't think I can hear much. So 105 then, without the inner sleeve. 105 with the 105 grill, 105 with the 105 grill, 105 with the 104 grill, 105 with the 104 grill, 105 with the 104 grill. 105 with the 105. Yeah, makes it's brighter. I was going to say edgier. I don't think, or that's, it's not edgy. Is not right. It's not edgy, but this is less edgy. If you try, you can get what I'm getting at. So again, 105 with the 105 grill. Final time. 105, 105 grill. 105 with the 105 grill. 105 with the 104 grill. It's smoothed it just a little bit. So I guess that's not surprising. It's got to go through foam. It's going to... I think that's it. I hope it's been of some use. So what I'm left with is I would like... We've got a 104, got a 104 plus. I'm not too worried about the polar response. 104, 104 plus, got a 105. I would like a 105 plus, and this time, okay, the 104 you did for female rock singers. Not sure why rock particularly, but rock female singers give a little bit more low end. So I'd like a 105 for a man. You understand? I like the mascara, so I'm a modern man. I don't mind mascara. I have a bit of mascara, only on a Thursday. And give me the authority as well. So I'm going to put a little picture of the circuitry in there, these condenser mics. So they've got kind of tone controls already and stuff, magic or evil, whatever you want to call it, already in there to be played with, where the old school dynamics is all physical or just to be engineering. And you got what you got to some extent, but some of that was beautiful. So they can mess about with this. Not mess about, sorry, they can alter this. So give me a 105 plus. Give me the proximity that starts lower than the 104 plus. And let me have it like the earthworks all the way down, please. And I can always roll off on the desk if I need, but I can use this to roll off. So let me be the artist.